Hello friends, today we are going to make a golden clutch. To make this golden clutch, you require two types of color. I have chosen two types of gold, one dark and one light. You need a scissors and a 3.5 crochet needle. So to start with, I'm going to start with the dark golden shade of the gold. And I'm going to do a magic circle, do a slip stitch, so now we're going to start the row 1. Start making 36 chains. So let's begin making the foundation chain. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So now we complete row 1 with making 36 chains. So to start with row 2, I'm going to start making a DC by skipping one of the chains. So I'm going to skip one chain and work a DC in the next. So we're going to do roll over, pull through the first two and pull through the rest of the two. So we have created two DCs in row 2. So now I'm going to be working DCs. So let's start making more DCs across, so 36 DCs. So now almost completed making 36 DCs, so here. Now to continue this row, just tilt this whole work and make more DCs, an additional of 36 DCs. So you'll be total getting 72 DCs together. So now I'll be completing more DCs in this row. So I have tilted the whole work and done DCs across. So I'm going to end this row by making my last DC and putting a slip stitch in the chain 2 which we have started to make. Now we are going to start making row 3 by making chain 2 and make DCs around the previous DCs. So we'll be making around 72 DCs across in row 3. So let's complete this row 3 by making DCs. You can put a stitch marker just in case. So now I'm almost going to finish the row 3 by just simply repeating the same DCs across. around this row and completing the row 3. And now I'm going to do a slip stitch on the first chain 2 or the DC which I have created in row 3. So end with slip stitch. So here's our foundation of DCs for the clutch. So now we are going to be changing the whole stitch from this part where this was all about DCs, and the next we are going to introduce a new color with some new stitch. So I am going to take the cream golden color So let's pull through and introduce this new color in this row 4. Make sure all the threads are secure. So now we are going to make chain 2. And now we're going to skip one chain and 2 DCs. So we're going to make 5 DCs in this. So we are going to be creating shell stitch here. So basically 5 stitches in one chain, we can create shell stitch here. So 2 DCs, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to skip one more chain and do a DC next. So again we are going to skip one and do 5 DCs in the next chain. Now again finish this with the last DC, and now we are going to skip one more chain and do a DC next. The same repetition of shell stitch and DCs across. So now I'm almost completing the row with the shell stitch and DC. So this cream shade will be repeated twice. So this finishes one row of the cream shade with shell stitch and DC. So here we're going to make a slip stitch in the end. And create a DC there. And now we're going to repeat the whole pattern on top of this row. So basically making shell stitch by choosing the middle chain of the previous shell stitch. So again I created 5 DCs on the same shell stitch. So this creates a shell stitch on the same shell stitch. So DC on the DC. Shell stitch on shell stitch. So basically you're going to be repeating the whole pattern about this. The second row of the cream gold with shell stitch and DCs. And same way I have introduced the golden color thread in the next row. So even this pattern is the same. So shell stitch over shell stitch and DCs over DCs. second row of the golden thread with shell stitch and DCs. So as you can see, I have made a diagram of DC base, 3 cream rows and 3 brown rows. This is how it's going to look. So I have completed the whole clutch by using the gold, cream gold and the gold thread with shell stitch and DC. So basically it's just a repetition of the same pattern here. Last stitch, so I'm going to be making shell stitch on the previous chain 2 of the DC and I'm going to finish this clutch. So let's snap it and secure this hole. So likewise, let's all secure the threads which are inside and make a nice lining inside for this with a zipper. So now let me show you the purse which I've done with a lining and a zipper. So here's the zipper and I've done a nice granny square hanging to this clutch, so it gives a very elegant look and a very beautiful lining inside. So here completes our golden clutch. So thank you my friends and hope you liked it.